What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live here on Wednesday evening. Time to have a great stream, talk about some Miami Dolphins football. This should be a really good stream. The Miami Dolphin players feel the love already in the building. And I got a question. Is this Super Bowl chemistry in the making? I don't know. Y'all gonna have to let me know what y'all think. But listen, hit the like button on your way in. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. We're coming up on 20,000 subscribers. Our family continues to grow bigger and bigger and bigger, thanks to each and every single one of you all. So thank you so much for the love, the constant love. But listen, players came out today with a lot of declarations of already feeling the difference. It's much more fun. It's much more loose. We all know that when Brian Flores was leading the organization, it felt a little bit militant. You know, he really didn't capture the hearts and soul of all the players from a camaraderie level, as far as like being buddy buddy. Mike McDaniel's environment, I think we already knew it would be like this, but players are already raving about it's different. It's different in the sense that it's much more relaxed, it's less tense, it's less stressful, and it's enjoyable and it's fun. Those are some of the words that were used. I don't know which type of football I like or not. I have to be honest with you all. And maybe you all tell me, which do you like? Do you like for the players to have a fun, relaxed, enjoyable environment? Or would you prefer the players to always be on edge about business and nothing but focused on what's going on, no playtime? Let me know in the comment section, which do you prefer? Strictly business or enjoyable business? Let me know in the comment section, which one would you prefer? AJ Hall with the donation says, showing love, run those likes. Yes, hit the like button. We got 143 in the building. Punch the like button. Let's get at least 100 likes. And we'll keep it going. All right. So let me see what people say. They like relaxed. I like for the players to do their job. Everything good. But to just win. Just win is the fair, neutral answer. I like both. Okay. Well, that means you like fun and business. So that's the way that it seems like it may be now. Both. Have fun like Jacksonville. Mixture of both. Stress free. There was a little debate earlier about this because Bill Belichick and the way he does things, I was watching the I Am Athlete podcast. There was an episode 5 months ago. It was with, Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, Daryl Revis, Brandon Marshall, and those guys. They were all on the show together. And they talked about the Patriot way and Bill Belichick. And Daryl Revis, they said, man, you won a Super Bowl with Bill on a 1-year contract. That had to be exciting. And Daryl Revis said, I hated every moment of it. And they were like, what? You won a Super Bowl, y'all? Wasn't that fun? He said, man, I hated every bit of it. It didn't feel fun. It was always business. You come in the morning, you work hard, no games, no playing around, no fun, no enjoyment. It was strictly business. And you went home every day, came back, you were on edge. It was always work. It was no play. And Daryl Revis said, I don't like that, but, you appreciate the hard work you put in, and that's what it took to get a championship, because had we not had that demeanor and that approach, we may have not have won that year, but I hated it. And that's where it kind of gets like, which is better? Tom Brady was about business most of his career, and he won. But then he went over to Tampa, and they said they had a lot of fun, and he still won. Or did they have a lot of fun? We don't know, right? So it just makes me curious, is one way better than the other? Or both ways can work. You just have to get the job done. So that's where I was in my thinking of it. I'm like, I'm happy everybody's feeling eased and good. I just hope that we're not too lax because complacency kills. I just hope that we're not too lax to where, it doesn't bring the absolute best out of this team. But there is something to be said in 2022 about having the perfect balance of business and enjoying what you do, because it goes a long way. But then you have a precedent with the Patriots where it was all business and nobody's done it like them. Yeah, a team may on occasions get in there and have fun, but sometimes a lot of people say that's strictly because of the talent. The teams that have fun and still win a Super Bowl is because they loaded up with talent. And the Patriots, on the other hand, they had talent, but honestly, you look through the roster, you probably every year can pick 8 teams that have a better roster, but yet they still won. So that's where it kind of gets like the Rams. They had fun, they won, but they loaded up with talent. Because let's be honest, talent can win you a Super Bowl. But is it sustainable? Not really. It never has been proven to be sustainable typically. Teams get in and out. They have a little 2 to 3 year window of winning, and then they're gone. And the only blueprint we have of long-term success of always in the picture is the New England Patriots, ladies and gentlemen. One of the longest standing teams to be in the picture in NFL history almost. There were dynasties of the past, but the Patriots doubled many dynasties. 10 Super Bowl appearances during their dynasty moment. We've seen dynasties of 3 to 4 Super Bowl appearances, and that was a dynasty. They did 10. So it's like that's what you have as a precedent to go off of, and it makes you want to say that's the way to do it. But if we're going to have fun and enjoy ourselves, I hope that we can build a blueprint of doing that, but one that can sustain long-term success for us to win. All right. Man, I did have a donation up and then I deleted it by mistake. Here it is. Let me read it. Fins winning 14 games next year. Man, do you know how sweet that would be? 14 wins? Oh, 14 wins is should be a first round bye. Well, you might have a few teams up there, but it could get you a first round bye. 14-3, it could. That would be sweet. Paul Montano, at the end of the day, it's a football game, so be focused while having fun. I agree. But I do have a different principle, though. It's like in Pee Wee football, you play the game and have fun. In middle school, high school, you play the game and have fun. In college, you take it more serious, but you play the game to have fun. But your professional career, I'm the type of person that it needs to be all business. But this is 2022. Sometimes you got to have fun to reach these young guys. EM said, TD Foolish Talk, man, we just got off the phone for 2 hours, all right? We just got off the phone for 2 hours, me and EM. He's sitting here apologizing to me. You know what, TD? I'm sorry. I was wrong. I told you a certain somebody was going to come into the NFL and be a game changer and elite from day one. That ain't the case, but let's give him year 3, and I think he will be. I said, you're forgiven, EM. It's all good. You're forgiven. Let's give him year 3 and see what happens. Well, I promise you, I bet he burned it in his soul right now. Oh man, he gonna reply for real. Watch. But nah, we had a good conversation. I wish I would have recorded it. It actually was a great conversation, man. He said, "Yeah, okay." You got ether for 2 hours. See, EM is delusional, man. He has never beat me in a debate. But one day I'm going to let him, man, because y'all know TD about charity. I like to give people feel goods. One day, whenever he can get his act together and get back on the stream, I'll let him win one time. All right. Anywho, man. But yeah, man. So it is what it is. I am loving that they're enjoying what they're doing right now as a unit, but at the same token, it makes me nervous. But honestly, I got to be honest. Like, if you're a Dolphins fan, there's nothing wrong with being nervous right now. Like, a lot of people want you to believe that you should be excited, but, and I'm not going to say true fans, real fans, but I would think that the more prepared we are to win, the more nervous this team should make you based off of a historical precedent. I am beyond nervous because I want us to win so bad and I want this to work so bad that I'm nervous. And why would someone be nervous? Because there's always a flip side to success. That's possible. That's possible. We all want us to be the greatest team on the field this year. And if it doesn't work out that way, imagine the pain and angst that it would cause you this year. Like, I don't care if you think we're going to win 16 games, you think we're going to win 2 games. If this season is a failure and we win 7, 8 games and we don't make the playoffs, imagine the level of anxiety, frustration you would feel as a Dolphin fan. Especially if you feel like we finally got what we needed. This should be a high stressful moment for a lot of people. And don't get me wrong, people gonna always, no, you should be excited. And those the same people that at the end of the season, I'm just speechless. I'm just speechless. Yeah, we know. And I'm nervous because we got weapons. We've improved the O-line. We kept the defense intact. We should have a better run game. You know, some of these coaches we brought in are higher quality than what we had in the past at certain position groups. Like, things are going right. And there's been a lot of times where we saw things going right, and the end result is the scariest part of it all. It's like going into a Sunday and you know you should win, but by the third quarter, you're down by 3, and you're just nerve-wracked knowing you got the better team. It's nerve-wracking. You just want to win so bad that you don't want to feel that feeling of loss because you know how it feels all too well, so you dread it. Like, please don't put me there. Let's win. We got what it takes. Not what it takes. It's scary. I'm nervous. All I Today, I was just thinking to myself, who's our first opponent going to be? Who's going to be the first game? Please let it be the Jets. Let it be somebody that we can feel confident about. Don't start out with just the gauntlet. Like, I don't want that. Because y'all know how we do after the first game. The first thing is everything. Like, look at, like, oh my gosh, this team just knows how to just nerve wreck you. I want y'all to think about last year. The first game was over. What did we all feel? Game 1. Miami Dolphins defeat the New England Patriots in a tough one too, but we got them. We talking mad trash. Buffalo lost. The Jets lost. New England lost. Who's number 1 in the AFC East? Who's number 1 in the AFC East? Why did that only last for that 1 week? That feeling lasted for 1 week. 1. And you talk about don't be nervous. They make you nervous. Week 2 comes and Jesse Davis happens. Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous, man. I want our first game, our second game. I want them all to just be because in the reason why I hope that our schedule is favorable early on is because this is a new coaching staff. We got a lot of new guys coming in that's going to play vital roles, right? Except on the defense. And it's offense because that's what we all focused on anyway. Um, they have to gel. They have to see what it's like to play together. You know, also, I like anytime that we've been focused on being a run team, it makes you even more nervous. And let me tell you why. Because you don't know what you have in the run game in practice. In today's NFL, you rarely know what you have in the run game, nor do you rarely know what you have in run defense based off of practice. Why? Because in the NFL, you can only be physical, but so many practices in a season. They only allow, I forgot the number, it's like 6 padded practices a season. And when I say padded, fully padded, y'all hitting today. They only allow a handful of them in an entire season. So how can you truly evaluate tackling and all of that in that type of format? But that's the way the league is run. The players fought to make sure that they can have less physical practices because they didn't want their injuries and bodies to be worn as much. And that's a rule in the NFL. You don't get much physical play. And with that being said, you have to deal with that reality. Salute to Jose said the fact that X said it's a lot different and that it's a fun vibe says a lot about Flores. It depends on what you think it says a lot about. I think a lot of people are trying to make it negative as if this says a lot about Flores. He wasn't the guy. Well, there's two ways to look at it. X saying that it's a lot different and is a lot more fun. It could also say a lot of great things about Flores, that he was about strictly business. Or you could be on the side, it says a lot about Flores. He didn't allow people to enjoy their time, and he wanted to be about business instead of, having fun too. It's just a matter of perspective of how you look at it. I already told you, I'm an all business type guy. So I would rather them, especially, see, this is how I feel. You got a Super Bowl type roster. I personally feel like you better be about business. Nothing but it. Let's get to work. But, some people subscribe to the notion of they need to enjoy themselves. They don't need stress and pressure. I respect that too. It's just a matter of what type of personality you are and what you prefer. There's some players that would rather be coached strictly business and no playing. There are some players in the locker room that's like that alienates themselves from the fun because they just want to be business. And there's some players in the locker room that alienates themselves from strictly business and they really don't like it because they want to enjoy themselves too. It's just how it works. It's just how it works. So this notion that it says a lot about Flores, to me, that's personally a group of people that's still trying to stomp the man down, although he's not even here anymore, right? They're just trying to, once again, take a number 2 on somebody to boost others up. Whether that's boosting Mike McDaniel up already, even though we don't know what he is, who he is. He ain't proved nothing as a coach yet. Or the quarterback boosting him up, whatever it may be. But this notion, it says a lot about Flores. I don't know. I feel like that's just an agenda to basically try to take a number 2 on Brian Flores again. Because what about when people said when they fired Flores, the players that were on Twitter, that said when we were down, you kept us together and kept us focused and we went on and winning? What about those? That was that strictly business approach. And that's a concern of mine. When you're strictly business and you're losing, you stay the course and you may start winning. Stick with what you know. But if you're enjoying yourself and having fun, what happens if you're a fun locker room, right? And all of a sudden you 0-5. What happens to that locker room? Now all of a sudden it's time to be about business. When some people say you should be about it in the first place so you never have to get into that frame. Because what happens when you're losing 0-5, especially when you got talent? When you're the Lakers of the world. You got all that talent and you're losing. Then you got to make 3 and 4 proclamations in the season. Well, it's time for us to focus and hamper down and get serious about this and win. That should already have been in you. Now, and I'm not saying that you write it off altogether. Somebody in the comment section said it's about balance. I agree with that. It is about balance. And we don't know what they are. We honestly don't even know what these players mean when they say fun. They could just be like, it's more lax. We're about business, nothing but business. But, we ain't got somebody all up under us getting, being a ASS all the time. Maybe that's what they meant. And that's fair. Exactly. That's perfect. But y'all know what I mean when I say some teams is having fun and enjoying the job and nothing's that serious. The same guys that when they down 30-3 on the sideline, laughing with each other. We saw some of that with even Flores. You down in the game and guys over there laughing and having fun. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't want to see. I want you to be as mad as I am as a fan if we get our behind blown out. Shake Money, I appreciate the donation, homie. He said millions of people go to work with a boss they can't stand for minimum wage. Excuse me if I don't pity a QB being held to the high standard. Shake Money said it. I didn't, so don't call me a hater. No, I'm just playing. But you're right. You're right. I don't understand this like coddling thing that we created, as of late. I prefer a guy to be held to a high standard. You either perform or you don't. Nobody's uncoachable. You got to get the job done. You got to believe. You have to, all right? Michael Regalado, Regalado, excuse me for messing it up the first time. But I appreciate you donating. He said, are you buying that Miami's out on the Honey Badger? Yes. I'm buying that we are out on the Honey Badger. They said we were out. They say we were out on Watson. We were out. They say we're out on Honey Badger. We're out. And I believe them. They didn't lie to us technically when it was all said and done in the last 2 years. They didn't really lie to us. The whole time we were supposed to get Watson, they wouldn't dare say that we wouldn't get him, nor would they confirm that we would. For some reason, 2 years straight of every interview being hounded, they never said we wouldn't. And they continued to pursue the situation. And then that door is closed on Watson, and it was all of a sudden officially closed. So they never lied. So why would I think that they now lying about the Honey Badger? They say they out. Honey Badger's not going to be in Miami. They're out. I think they have to be out. We have $22 million. Maybe here or there. They'll make one more signing for $5 million, but they need to carry as much money over as they can next year. We're already negative $4 million next year. We're already negative $4 million next year. They need to carry as much as they possibly can over. Not to mention, they got to pay just Gesicki next year, possibly. They got to pay Christian Wilkins his new contract next year, possibly. Nick Needham is going to be up once again. You can't tender him again. There are players up and down this roster, and some of the guys that you just brought in free agency with the 1 year or the 2 year but 1 year guarantee, you might need to re-up their deal. We're negative $4 million next year. And I don't see any room to save money outside of Byron Jones next year, though. But then you also got to replace him. So how much do you truly save off of that? So I'm not sure we'll be spending much more money. That money is vital to carry over, to be quite honest with you. That's why they really said screw them draft picks this year too. Not to mention, even if you carry that money over next year, them draft picks, if Tua works out, you're going to use those draft picks to draft someone. You're not going to use them to trade for a player and then have to pay them that money. You got to go cheap next year. So those 2 first rounders, the second rounder and the 2 third, there's your $22 million. At least 18 of it, roughly, give or take. So we're out on Badger. I don't think we could afford him anyway. And if we did afford him, trust me, something's going to have to give next year. This team is going to take a hit somewhere next year. We might have to say, okay, thanks, Gesicki, for another year, but we can't do it again. We might have to say, hey, bye, Byron, and bring in a rookie replacement and hope that that guy can play just as well. We'd have to do something because the guys you just brought in, they locked in their money. And if you restructure them just to save money, all you're doing is saying you're guaranteeing their 3rd or their 4th year. Now you're really putting yourself in trouble. So I don't really look for us to really spend any more money. Of course, they're going to bring another player here or there, but I don't think it's going to be anything of significance. And if it is significant, then boy, oh boy, they truly believe that this team can do what Cincinnati did last year. And if we can, who's to criticize it? Let's go. But you better be right. You better be right. And we better do it. Even if you don't win it all, but you go to the Super Bowl, you better be right at least that much. So I think they'll save the cash. Spend a few million on a few players here and there in the next 3 weeks or so. Again, you're going to see them cutting certain players, bringing others in, but that's not going to impact the salary cap. They're going to keep on rotating the $1 million guy in and the $1 million guy out. Then they're going to sign all of those contracts for undrafted players after the draft. You're going to do all that little stuff. You know, it's going to be back and forth, but I'm going to tell you, when the kickoff starts, we'll have $15, $16 million still in our back pocket. If we're playing great football and a major player gets hurt, they may spend a little money to bring somebody in or trade. I don't know. You know, they may do those type of things. But that's just all in the flow of how the season goes. But trust me, this team is looking to carry money over the next year because we're already in the negative next year. We were supposed to have over $100 million next year, but we are officially negative. But the main reason that is because they stretch people's contracts this year to make it all fit. Ogba makes 16, but he's only going to be getting paid like 8 this year. Tyreek Hill makes 30, but he's only going to be paid like 16 this year. X gets 25, but he's only getting paid like 11 this year. But next year, Tyree make 30, but he gonna be getting paid almost 40. Agba makes 16, but he gonna be getting paid like 25. X makes 25, but he gonna be getting paid like 32. So next year we're strapped. And then you gotta try to re-up Christian Wilkins if you're gonna keep him. And then Mike Gesicki, but you're gonna tag him again. At some point, he gonna say enough is enough. Nick Needham and others. But we'll see. At the end of the day, it just, right now we just focused on this year. We have the talent. Let's go get it. Let's win. Me and EM been talking about this, and EM keeps saying it, and I agree. If Tua can play at a Pro Bowl level, I don't see how anybody can stop this team, and I agree. If Tua Tagovailoa can play at a Pro Bowl level, I don't see anybody who can stop this team. I don't see anybody who can stop this team. And I know a lot of people trying not to make this season about Tua Tagovailoa, but unfortunately it is. This season ain't about nobody but Tua Tagovailoa. Everything comes back to him. This whole season revolves around Tua Tagovailoa. And he's going to have to play at a Pro Bowl level. Now, we're not saying he needs to make the Pro Bowl, but a Pro Bowl level. Over 4,000 yards, over 30 touchdowns, under 12, 13 picks. I'm going to give him at least. Top 10 QBR. 69, 68% completion percentage. That's what you're going to need from him. 4,000 plus yards, over 30 touchdowns. And it ain't far-fetched with the talent we have. I mean, last year, had he played all games, he was on trajectory to what, around 3,500? With the talent we have now, shouldn't be that hard. 500 more yards, another 13 touchdowns. He got to tighten up on turning the ball over. That number has creeped up. In 10 games, he had an unacceptable number. Unacceptable number. But it's all good. You think Tyreek Hill doesn't make the Pro Bowl because he's wearing a Dolphins jersey? Clemente, what would it take for Tyreek Hill to make the Pro Bowl? First of all, he still need to get over 1,000 yards. It's different. This is what I try to explain to people. It's different. The team does matter, and success for the team matters. So if Tyreek Hill makes the playoffs, I mean, if we make the playoffs and we're a top 3 team in the AFC and Tyreek Hill has 1,100 yards, even if he's less than someone else, with Waddle on the team and Gesicki and all those guys, he could still make the Pro Bowl because he'll get in off of his reputation and who he is. But if he puts up 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns and we won 8 games, he ain't making the Pro Bowl. He's not making the Pro Bowl. That's why I told y'all last year Waddle should have made the Pro Bowl. I'm telling y'all, if we won 12 games alone, Waddle might have made the Pro Bowl. Just from the games we won. If we would have won 12 games, Waddle, if we would have won our division, Waddle probably would have made the Pro Bowl. No different stats, even though his stats could have been way better had we had better productivity even at the quarterback position. Because nobody, you alive, you think Waddle should have been doing something better on the field to get more production. You are alive, you think Waddle needed to do more to get more production. That kid did everything he needed to do and more. Matter of fact, technically he was putting the offense on his back most of the time. And don't tell me I'm lying. T-Rich said if Tua didn't get hurt, Waddle would have made the Pro Bowl. Maybe that's true too, because he would have been his favorite target more. But I'm trying to tell you, even without Tua making the Pro Bowl, even with Tua getting hurt, Waddle should have made the Pro Bowl if Tua would have hit him on the times that he missed them. It's that simple. Let me help this fool out. What's up, Dylan? I see you. So I'm sorry, man. You should have seen all them times Waddle was begging for the ball wide open, touchdowns and all. Didn't matter. Didn't throw the ball with a clean pocket. So, no, he still should have made the Pro Bowl. With 10 games, 11 games of Tua playing, Waddle should have still made the Pro Bowl. What about Waddle drops? How many? I was looking at those stats today. Do you know that the Miami Dolphins had 24 drops that were not attributed to the quarterback this year? 24 drops that was not attributed to the quarterback this year. We were 8th in the NFL. The number one team with drops in the NFL with 33 not attributed to the quarterback was the Chargers. 33 drops. We were tied at 24 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Rams on drops that were solely the receiver's fault. We were tied at 8. So 8, 9, and 10 was, so we were technically 9, but 8, 9, and 10, all three teams had 24 drops not attributed to the quarterback. And that was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Rams, who won the Super Bowl, and us. Chiefs had more drops. Chargers had more drops. Bengals had more drops. Jacksonville had more drops. Jets had more drops. And like 2 other teams. Now, when you go look at the stats of all drops, I bet you we number 1. See, you see how the difference is? All drops, we number 1. But drops that was not the quarterback's fault, we're number 8, tied with some of the best teams in the league. And that's why this whole notion of this whole blanket statement by everybody, that's why I'm tired of people lying. Our coach lying, Tyreek Hill lying, all these people lying. Well, the benefit with Tua is his accuracy. Stop lying. Stop lying. And you know what's funny about it? How you know it's a lie? When everybody's saying the one same thing. The one same thing. Like, you can't mention not one other attribute of a quarterback to give him credit for. I would have at least said his pocket presence. But all of them with this generic answer, and I done heard 10 people say the same thing. Well, he's just an accurate quarterback. And all they doing is looking at all his stats where he sticks out at completion percentage, so let's give him the accurate nod. His ball placement has been terrible. They call this accurate because some of these players actually made heck of plays, bringing some of them down. Ball placement has been very poor. But for some reason, accurate. But it's funny to me that they all say the exact same thing. Scripted. Like, y'all can't find one more attribute to say about your quarterback to make it believable. Gosh, I'm helping you out. Say that his pocket presence has actually been very phenomenal to be a young quarterback. Because it is. I like what I see from Tua in the pocket. And there's times where I'm like, oh, he did that to himself. But all in all, I love what I see from him in the pocket. Avoiding a hit and navigating through it. It's actually pretty slick. I really like it. Tannehill never had that. I like what I see in the pocket from him. But this accurate kills me. Kills me. Kills me. They all say the exact same words. That's all they can say is accurate because they only looking at a completion percentage. And they got that because of that 7-game stretch or 6-game stretch where he had the highest completion percentage in the NFL for 6 weeks or something. And it was a whole month. He was like player of the month or something because he had the highest completion percentage. TD, saying that your QB is accurate is a nice way of saying, yeah, he ain't there yet. Like, for real, like, it's sad, though, because I can read through it, and it's almost an insult to me. I truly do look at it sometimes as an insult. Every time, well, the thing about Tua is, and then they say it like that, too, which insult even more, the thing about Tua. You know? Instead of just being so confident, man, Tua's this, Tua's that, blah, blah, blah. They be like, the thing about Tua is he's just so accurate. And if you can, get the talent around him into blah, 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 I'd be like, man, y'all insulting, man. This actually sounds like an insult. This actually sounds like a freaking insult. And they all say the same thing, clockwork. Teron, how do you feel about being able to protect Tua? Well, the thing about Tua, just like Breeze, he's just very accurate. He's a very accurate quarterback. So, giving him time is going to. Tyreek, how do you feel? Man, Tua is an accurate guy, man. I'm coming from, Kansas City, like, come on, y'all. Mike McDaniel. Well, the thing that I love about Tua is the fact that when you watch him on film, I mean, he's just an accurate guy. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Come on. Give me one more thing. Flores didn't even give him that. This is what Flores used to do. Flores used to insult him too. I'm going to be honest. It was an insult from Flores too. Every time you ask Flores about Tua Tagovailoa, well, he has good command of the offense. Like, what the heck does that mean? I used to be like, Flores, man, that is actually an insult, bro. Stop that mess, man. Well, what do you see in Tua? Well, one thing I love about the kid, he has a great command of the huddle. I've never heard that used with a quarterback. Like, oh my gosh. It's crazy to me. The man said it week after week after week after week. It kills me. He has great command of the huddle. And then when he started elaborating, because somebody asked him, one of the reporters, what do you mean by great command of the huddle? He was like, well, when the play is called in, you're delivering the play, getting them in and out of the huddle and getting to the line of scrimmage, quickly, so that we have time. I'm like, oh my gosh, they are killing me. Lie. Do more lying. If you're going to lie, go all out. If you are going to lie, go all out. I want to see you at a podium, and I want to see you say, well, Tua is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. The thing about him, he has great decision-making skills. He always finds the open guy. Tua also is very good at manipulating this and that. Like, go all out. Because I can actually tell you truths about Tua that sound better than what they do. TD, what do you love about Tua's game? Well, Tua does a hell of a job manipulating defenses. You know, he uses his eyes to pull safeties off of the target that he wants to go to. He's a master at that. He's really good in the pocket when that pressure's coming and things of that nature. He knows how to slide. He actually gets out of a lot more trouble than it seems like he can. And you can see his upper body strength is picked up as well, because it actually hasn't been as easy as you would think to bring him down in those situations. In the short and intermediate game, he's deadly. You know, in a slant, man, you run that route right, he's going to put it right on the money where it needs to be. And he's always going to take what the defense gives him, which is very disciplined of him, which is going to help him keep down on turnovers. I make this man sound 10 times better than what they do. And everything that I just said is actually true. Those are the strengths of Tua Tagovailoa at this point in his career. Those are his strengths. I made this man sound 10 times better than what they do. Well, he's just an accurate quarterback. And can't say another word. He commands the huddles. Can't say another word. Kills me. TD, serious question. What level does Tua have to be at this season to remain on the team? Just a explained level or another quarterback comparison? That's the important part. I'm gonna wait for your answer because I want to know what you mean. Explain what he need to be at, or you need I do both. All right. Let me give you the quarterback comparison first. And y'all might have to help me out. Give me a quarterback that's better than Jimmy G, but not quite as good as Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr. I can't name the quarterback, but right there. Right there. Ain't no Matt Ryan. The quarterback got to be better than Jimmy G, but barely under Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins. I can't name that quarterback right now, but that's where he needs to be. Don't give me no Wentz. Heck no. He gone if he going to be Wentz. Not even Ryan Tannehill right now. Ryan Tannehill first year with Tennessee? Yeah. Baker? I see what you mean, but no. TD, you missed 2 super chats. I'll hit them, and thank you for reminding me. Thank you so much. I hate missing super chats. I feel like I'm insulting whoever sent it. I'll get to the super chats in a second, but that's where whoever you want to equate that to, that's what he'd have to be. No, it's not Trubisky. It's not Ryan Fitzpatrick. Well, maybe it's Ryan Fitzpatrick playing his best football, right? But no. Dak? See, that's the thing about Dak. Maybe you might be fair to say Dak because his range is so unnecessary. Like he can be Jimmy G and he can be above Kirk Cousins in Carr. You see what I mean? So he fluctuates. So it's hard to use him as an example. Honestly, maybe there is no example, but that's all you need to know. Better than Jimmy G and right under Carr and Cousins. So to be fair, if you really want just a guy to benchmark, he need to be right there with Kirk, Cousins and Carr. Then you leave no doubt. You sit around Carr and Cousins production, that's where you need to be. And you got it done. You got it done. So there, hopefully that answered your question from a player standpoint. So what does that mean? Me personally, I'd feel like I leave no more doubt for Tua if I got 4,200 yards from him. See, I feel like I'm being fair to say 34 touchdowns. That's what he needs, but I'm going to say 32 because we're run heavy, and that could even bring him down in the 20s. But he got to have over 30 touchdowns. I mean, you got these big boys out here throwing 40, 45. You know, you got to have over 30 touchdowns. My number is 34. I just see that's where I get soft for Tua, and I feel like let me throw him a bone and say 30 because we'll be a run heavy team maybe. But still, you got to put up 34 with these type of weapons. Waddle, Tyreek, Gesicki. Come on, y'all. Carr ain't got that talent. Cousins ain't got the talent we got. You see what I'm saying? Truthfully, with the talent we got now, Herbert ain't got that from the weapon standpoint. Burrow ain't got that from a weapon standpoint. They got talent, but it ain't better than ours now. Our guy has a superior weapon talent now than 95% of the NFL, if not 100. You tell me what team collectively from a weapon standpoint has more talent on offense just from an impact position, wide receiver, tight end, or running back. Name the team that got better weapons, wide receiver, running back, or tight end. Collectively. I said collectively. They don't. Raiders, really? Really? All across the board matches the talent? Y'all done lost y'all mind, man. Tampa Bay? Name the receivers. Let's go down the line. First of all, where do you rank Tyreek Hill in the NFL with receivers? Where do you rank Tyreek Hill in the NFL with receivers? Where do you rank him? If you ain't top 3, you tripping. Where do you rank Mike Gesicki? And to be quite honest with you, the season that them 2 tight ends had in New England, Gesicki done went from 8 to like 6th on my rankings now. I had him at 8 last year, but the way them tight ends played last year around the league, Gesicki at least 6th on my list now, if not 5. If not 5. Jalen Waddle. How many receivers truly better than this man? Now, I know that they're not going to have this man in the top 15 because he was a rookie, but trust me when I'm telling you. Matter of fact, no, let me look this up. I'm going to get to these super chats in a second. But y'all know me. I got to make you listen. Now, we going to look this up. Yeah, we're gonna look up some rankings here. 25 best. Let me see if he even cracks it. Let me see if he cracked. Waddle's number 18 right now. In his rookie year, he's number 18. And I'm telling y'all, this man is better than 18. He just ain't get showcased. And we ain't got to debate why. This man is better than the 18th receiver. He just didn't get showcased. You unleash this man, like I said, if Tua play at a Pro Bowl level, he will be unleashed. And he will be top 10. He will be top 10. But collectively, what I'm telling y'all, man, them three players alone, Waddle, Gesicki, and Tyreek Hill, those three players alone, when you look at the three best offensive players on most teams, come on, man. At the wide receiving core, why don't you tell me the duo better than Waddle and Tyreek Hill? Tell me the duo that's better than Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Please indulge me in the comment section. Give me the duo that's better than Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Hold on, I got a challenger. Let me see. Let's see what we got here. Mike Evans and Godwin. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Miss me with that. Lost your mind. Let me see. Where Mike Evans at on this list? Hold on. Mike Evans, number 21 on this list. You already lost. You already lost. This PFF. Mike Evans is number 21 on this list. He ain't even higher than neither of them. So you already lost. Matter of fact, let me find Godwin for you, though. Chris Godwin, number 13. Get out of here. Get out of here. Next. Give me the next two. Give me the next two. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. DK number 11, Tyler Lockett number 12. But you got 18 in Waddle and Tyreek top 5. Nah, miss me with that too. Who next? Who the next ones? Adam Thielen and that's interesting. Let me see where they fall. That's a good little. I love me some Adam Thielen. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Jefferson is number 4, right up there, close to with Tyreek. So okay, Adam Thielen, where you at? Because I know he kind of fell off last year. Okay, we got a chance. 15, he ain't there. 16, 17, 18. Nope, he ain't even there. Where are you though? You can't tell me he didn't make top 25. Whoa, they didn't have him top 25 this year. Let me make sure I ain't miss him. Maybe I did, and I'm like, never mind. They got the better two. Oh, Adam Thielen. Did I miss him? Nope, I didn't miss him. He didn't make the top 25 at the last year. This is all last year. He didn't make the top 25. And he had a down year. He had a down year. PFF is a joke, bro. TD, you don't know that yet. Okay, but this is what we're using right now, you know? At least they do the data. Everybody calls somebody who actually does evaluations a joke. Well, give me the other people that do an evaluation and we could go off of that too. I'm not prejudiced of any. Chase and Higgins, that's a good one. Chase, number 5, close to Tyreek. Higgins, let's see. All right. They got a unit. T. Higgins, number 9. Okay. They got a 1-2 punch. But how's they tight end? How's they tight end? You gonna put their tight end over Gesicki? You gonna put their tight end over Gesicki? That's a good unit, though. You got me on that one. Keenan and Mike Williams. Let's see. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. So Tyreek is ahead of both of them. Let's see. I still don't see either of them. No, still don't. Mike Williams is 19 and Keelan Allen is 20. So no, sir. Chargers ain't got a better unit. They ain't got a better unit anymore. We found one unit that's better. One unit. Any other unit that you feel better than our two top receivers? Any other unit that you feel better? Because right now, I defer. We're at number 2. Renfro and Adams. Oh, that's a cheat code. Hold on. Because Adams is number 1. So Renfro, in order for us to be better, he got to be below 20. Where's Renfro? God dog. He number 10. All right, we number 3. And this is all in the AFC. We're number 3. All right. Any others? Any others? Sutton and Judy. I ain't gonna waste my time looking it up. Stop that mess. Stop that mess. Sutton and Judy. D Hop and Moore. Don't waste my time. See, first of all, give me somebody that's better, that's higher than freaking Tyreek to begin with. Okay, let me help y'all out. Who over there in Los Angeles with Cooper Kupp? Maybe who over there with them? Because Cooper Kupp up there at the top. Let me see if they got another one. Anybody else from Los Angeles up there? Mike Williams. So, no, that's the Chargers. My bad. That's the Chargers. Excuse me. So, no, they only got the one great receiver. They only got the one great receiver in the top 25. Cooper Kupp. That's it. That is it. OBJ ain't even break the top 25. So, no, we ain't wasting our time if both of your guys ain't top 25. And we talk about a Jalen Waddle at 18 as a rookie. And y'all know this kid could have did so much more. Y'all know he could have did so much more. Allen Robinson is on the Rams. See, all I go off of is how they performed last year to say what they're gonna be. I don't, unless I skipped Allen Robinson. Let me see. A.J. Brown. No, I'm sorry. Allen Robinson didn't make the top 25, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't. So it is what it is. So what? We came up with 2 teams that have a better 1-2 punch. 2 teams that have a better 1-2 punch. But then when you add in the tight end and you add in the other weapons, I don't know, man. I find it hard to believe that another team with these 7 impact players, which I usually count out of 7, I usually count the tight end, the running back. Actually, let's go 5. Top 5. Your tight end, your running back, and your top 3 receivers. I don't know how many are better. I don't know how many are better, man. At the end of the day, I know without a shadow of a doubt, we're top 5 with all of those together. And we're talking about receivers that go up and get it. We already know we're the fastest team in the NFL. Ain't nobody competing with that, period. But I will say this. I don't put all the hype on the speed that everybody else does. Like, let me give you an example. Right? when you look at Devontae Adams, right? Being with when you look at Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow, right? They not as fast as Tyreek and Waddle. But do you think that speed's gonna make a difference? Do you think the speed of Tyreek makes a difference than Devontae Adams? Do you? Do you think that makes a difference? Matter of fact, his catch radius makes up for the 0.2 slower than Waddle. He's still a burner. He's still got stride. And Tyreek has to run an additional 5 yards to catch a ball that Devontae Adams can go up to get 5 yards earlier. Y'all can keep saying it matters that much, but it don't. It don't. And I'm only talking about comparing a Tyreek from a Devontae Adams. Some would actually say I'd rather Devontae Adams all day. Which would you rather? Devontae Adams in his prime or Tyreek Hill in his prime? Let me know in the comment section, football heads. Which would you rather? Devontae Adams in his prime or Tyreek Hill in his prime? I want to see what people got on their mind tonight. Who I'm really talking to. All this speed. Let me see what y'all said. Boy, if I see Tyreek in this thing, y'all have lost y'all mind. Adams. Exactly. Adams hands down. Adams all day. Adams. It's easy. Reek all day. Fan. Hill. Fan. Adams. Hopkins. We ain't even got him. Hill all day. Y'all fans, boy. Reek. I get it though. He a Dolphin now. Okay. Y'all, oh man. Listen, this is an easy one. Why y'all playing games? This is an easy one, man. But either way, listen, we have the offensive weapons, okay? I'm telling y'all, we're top 5 in the NFL. I feel like top 3 with the top 5 impact players. Running back, tight end, top 3 receivers. We're top 5 in the NFL. You can't ask for a better offensive set of weapons than that. You cannot ask for a better set of offensive weapons than that. You can't. So we got the weapons this year. Now we got to make it work. Agree to disagree donated to the channel. TV, I appreciate you, man. He said, TD, the Tua defense team new argument is Mahomes threw more short passes than any QB this year. They're leaving out he threw more deep passes. Thoughts? Well, we've always gotten that from those people. They only find the stats that make it's an individual look better. See, let me tell y'all something about Patrick Mahomes and that offense. He actually didn't throw more conventional short passes. Let me help y'all out with something. Do you know anything in front of him is a pass? Do you know that a jet sweep is a pass? It goes down under a quarterback stat. Only if the quarterback hands the ball off behind himself is it not a pass. It's a run. A jet sweep goes under yards for a quarterback as a pass. And Tyreek And those guys, they run at least 3 to 5 of those a game. Tyreek in motion, give him the ball, and go look at some of Tyreek's big plays. Jet sweeps, getting around the edge, navigating through 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 yards, touchdown sometimes. That's a pass. A running back coming down the line of scrimmage, hike the ball and hand it to him is a pass. And Mahomes got a lot of stats that way, especially in his 5,000-yard season. He got a lot that way too. Not only that, they throw a lot of bubble screens. I'm not talking about the screens where you hike the ball, you fake it to the running back, all the defenders coming, the running back sneak out and you get it to him. I'm talking about hike, throw it out there quick to your playmaker, blockers ahead. Let's see what we can do with the speed. And we're going to do a lot of that, just so you know. We're going to do a lot of that this year. We're going to have some bubble screens. We're going to have some jet sweeps. We're going to keep that slant game going. On occasions, we're going to play action and try taking a shot here and there. We're going to do that. But that's what they don't want to tell you about his quote-unquote short passes. When you have 3 to 5 jet sweeps in a game, you're definitely going to have the most short passes in the NFL. But you're correct as well. They don't want to talk about the fact that he also threw the most deep passes as well. And our quarterback threw the least amount of deep passes in the NFL. So Mahomes averages, he's 5th in the NFL right there with Tua at 6th of yards per attempt because of the freaking jet sweeps in the bubble screens. And truly, it's just an extension of the run. It's not even a freaking pass they're trying to do. It's an extension of the run. That's all. But who cares about those stats? At the end of the day, as long as we win games, I can care less if our quarterback throw it one time. If we can win games with him throwing 0 times, we got a formula. Keep him. Let's roll. Let's keep doing that. I don't care nothing about all that, man. But if he has to carry us and we're losing, that's when I care about what he does. If you can create a way to win where he ain't got to do much, as long as we are winning, I'm fine. Let's go win. But make sure that can win in the playoffs too. Because we tired of these running teams or these gimmick teams always blasting through the regular season, getting the playoffs and get slapped in the mouth. So we'll see. All right, let me keep it going. I know I'm going to catch up on my donations, guys, before I keep the show going, which it is a part of the show to continue to respond to the donations. Because I hate when people invest in the channel and I don't respond to what they say. I feel that's rude. Here we go. Another one. Tryhard7 said, do you think Chase gets the same numbers if Burrow was out the same amount of games as Tua? Seen that question floating around. It's a fair question, but let me help you with that. What's Chase's last name? I mean, that is his last name. I'm tripping. Jamar Chase. I'm so tripping to even ask that. Let me pull something up real quick. Okay. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull something up because I want to answer this with some context, okay? All right, perfect. All right, now it has to load. Here we go. Oh my gosh, why does it take forever? All right, log 2021. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. All right. So let's break this down. Do I think Chase gets the same numbers if Burrow was out the same amount of games as Tua? You know how you can maybe determine that since they want to use Tua? Let's go look at Waddle's numbers when Tua didn't play. Were they less than, more than, or the same as when Tua played? Do you see what I'm saying? Let's compare it that way. Because we want to say, would Chase have the same numbers if Burrow didn't play? Well, did Waddle have the same numbers? Because I don't know what the purpose of the question is. And I think I know what it's for. So I have to go look at Waddle to determine. Okay. So let's take a look at it here. Okay. Where's my calculator? Waddle had 1,015 yards on the season. And Waddle played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. Okay, game started. He started all the games. So Waddle played every game this year. 17. So we're going to divide that by 17. Waddle pretty much averaged 59 yards a game. Okay, 59 a game. All right, let's see. Week 1 with Tua, 61. Week 2, slightly less at 48. Week 3 with Jacoby, 58, right on par with the average. So that's one game. Then he went 33 and 31, so he fell off. The next week he had 70. Wait. But the Tua should have been back by then. Who played the Jacksonville game? Who played the Jacksonville game? Oh, that Jacksonville game, just depressing. Maybe I don't want to know who played it. Who played the Jacksonville game? He missed one? Hey, hold on. Let me see. Which one did he miss? You sure he didn't get hurt in the game? Because it has him as starting all games. Oh, excuse me. You're right. Against the New York Jets, he didn't play. So I need to recalculate that. Thank y'all for that. 63 yards a game. All right. But y'all tell me who played. Tua played. Okay. So let's not have that one on there. All right. Let me see. So Tua actually wasn't out long. Tua was out 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. He started the Buffalo, but I don't give him credit for that at all because that was right on the second drive or something like that. So he was only out 4 weeks, but he missed some other weeks, another injury. Okay. All right. Tua played Jacksonville. Who played Atlanta? Tua. Okay. 83. So he did better under Tua. Then we played at Buffalo. Who played that Buffalo game? That second one. Who played the second Buffalo game? I need to know. I think it was Tua. Tua played the second Buffalo game, right? Because he didn't play the first. Well, he got hurt in the first one. All right. So that was 29 yards. So that one didn't matter. Houston. Who played the Houston game? Because two of these, Jacoby had to play. Because if Tua only played 11 games, something ain't adding up. Who played that Houston game? Was that Jacoby or Tua? Jacoby got to be coming in here somewhere. Oh, Jacoby. Okay, thank y'all. All right. So Houston, he had 83. So that's 2 games that he performed under that. Baltimore was Jacoby and Tua, but he had a good production. I don't have to go look at the game log, but I'll give him 3 games of productivity. The Jets game, did Tua play that first Jets game? Or did Tua play the rest of the season? I don't know if Tua played that first Jets game. I'm going to have to go look. Let me just pull up Tua. That way I can make sure I'm speaking facts in this regard. But we got 3 games where he still put up his average with Jacoby. All right, here we go. Tua rest of the season after Baltimore. Tua played both Jets. All right, good. Okay. Thank y'all for letting me know that. So let's go back real quick. All right, so 3 games he performed at his average with Jacoby. Okay. Tua basically played how many games? 10 games? No, excuse me. Actually, he played 13, but we can only count 12. We only want to count 12. You don't want to count the Buffalo. Okay. 30, 40. So Jacoby had how many starts? If Tua got 12, well, the Ravens game too, I need to consider. So 11 and a half for Tua gives Jacoby 5.5. Okay. So this is what you got. Tua played 11 and a half games. Jacoby played 5.5. Three out of those 5.5 games was at his average or better. Ain't bad. Now let's see how many was at 63 or better with Tua. Okay, as Tua being the quarterback. All right, so week 1 under by 4 yards. Let's skip those 4 games. Jacksonville, he gets that one. Atlanta, he gets that one. The Buffalo game was Tua. He didn't get that one. 29 yards for Waddle. Houston game, I think y'all said that was Houston was Jacoby. Let me look at Tua's line. Was Houston Jacoby? Because I didn't remember what y'all said on that. All right, game log 2021. All right. Houston. He didn't play Houston. Okay. So he don't get that 83 yards. Baltimore, just like we give it to him, just like we gave Jacoby that. So we automatically give it to Tua because they play half and half. Let me see here. You say he played the rest of the season. So you give him the Jets, you give him Carolina, you give him the Giants. Those were actually his best games. Waddle's best games was in that 3-game stretch. He like literally barely dropped the ball. And you give him the Saints game. So you don't give him Tennessee. Horrible. 47 yards. And New England, 27 yards. So Tua, 7 out of 11 and a half. Okay. We can do the math. 7 about 11.5 gives you 60.8%. 60.8% Waddle performed under Tua with the same thing. Now let's go Jacoby, right? 3 out about a 5. Jacoby was 60% flat. It didn't matter. 60 flat and 60.8. 61. Under Tua, 61% of the games he performed. Under Jacoby, 60%. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I don't know what to say about Burrow because we don't know what the backup would have done. Matter of fact, didn't y'all say did Burrow miss a game? Let's look at it that way. Did Burrow miss a game? It'll be unfair for the backup because it's a small sample size of 1 game if he did miss a game. Joe Burrow, Pro Football Focus, this year, game logs in 2021. All right. All right, here we go. Well, what's wrong with this thing? Come on now. All right, here we go. What game did he miss? He missed the last game of the season. They must have just sat him down. They must have sat him down. Is that what happened, y'all? Because no. Something wrong here. January 9th. No, he didn't miss that one. Hold on. Y'all give me a second. I gotta see what's going on here. Let me check with y'all first. Last game of season. Okay, that's game number 17 in week 18. Yeah, he didn't play the last week. So, yeah, he didn't play the last week. Let me click on that because I don't know who the quarterback was. It was against the Cleveland Browns. Okay. Player stats. Okay, Brandon Allen is the one who played in that week. So let me look up Chase numbers under him. I don't even know why they made this a conversation. But again, I told y'all they try to uplift certain people just by bringing others down. Okay, so Chase this year put up 1,455 yards. Did he play every game? 17 games. Yep. Game log, 17 games. So he put up 85.6 a game, 87 a game. So the last game, he was targeted 4 times, 2 completions for 26 yards. But that's indicative of much of the season. Chase, what happened was he had a lot of anomaly games. Like he had a 101-yard game, then he was 54, 65, 77 under, then a 159 game, a 97 game, a 201 game, then a 32, 49, 32, 39, 52, 77, 3, then a 125 game and a 266 game, then a 26. So he just had breakout games. He was basically the same as Waddle all year, but he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'll give him 5. He had 5 games over 100 yards and 2 games over 200 yards. The man had a 266-yard game against the Chiefs. Thrown to 12 times, 11 receptions. He also had a game where he put up 201 versus Baltimore. Thrown to 10 times with 8 receptions. He had a game he put up 159 versus Green Bay, and that's crazy. All 3 of those teams, superior talent. Great teams. And 10 targets, 6 receptions. The difference between Waddle and Chase is simply Chase was catching the deep ball. When you target it 10 times, let me go look at the long in the game if they have it listed here. They don't have it. Well, maybe they do. Yards. They don't have it right here. I'll have to go to advanced, but I ain't got time for that right now. But he was catching the deep ball, man. It's that simple. I mean, when you got 6 catches, you got, 159 yards, you out there eating. So this whole notion, if would Chase have those numbers if Burrow was hurt? Maybe not. Maybe not. But I don't think that's indicative of Waddle. Because it didn't matter. He still put up his average. He still put up his average at the same amount of level with Jacoby. And that's the problem with Waddle, though. Waddle had, 100-yard game? Come on, man. I ain't gonna lie, that drives my nerves crazy. Waddle had one 100-yard game. Let me make sure I ain't tripping. Let me go back to Waddle. All right, here we go. Games. One game of 100 yards, and that was against Carolina, 137. 137 yards. And the average yards per catch on that was 15.25. That was his highest yards per catch in a game, 15.25. You got Jamar Chase out here with average games of 30 and 25 yards per catch. So you know, and that's why I felt bad for Waddle, because you watch the highlights and he deep like this, throw me the ball, and it never came. And people want to call me a hater. No, I'm sticking up for Waddle. Waddle should have had the same year, in my opinion, that Jamar Chase had, if not better, because I still think Waddle better than Chase. I think Waddle is a better route runner than Chase and faster. Man, I think Waddle is better than Chase. I think he runs routes faster than Chase. I watch Chase. He ain't no slouch, but he ain't as crisp as Waddle coming out of routes in full speed and stuff. I feel like Waddle is better than Chase. You can get mad at me if you want and tell me I'm wrong. Okay, whatever. Waddle is better than Chase. Period. T. Rich said he had 90 plus 3 times. Did he? Let me see. Yeah, you're right. He had a 90 and a 92. He had a 90-yard game and a 92. So his 3 top games, right? I want y'all to think about this. This is 3 tops games. 137 plus 90 plus 92 equals 319. Chase, he had a 260-yard game, a 159-yard game, and a, was it 206 that I said? Because he had 2 200-yard games. Let me show y'all. Let me pull it up. Waddle's top 3 games versus Chase's top 3. 201 plus 201. 319 versus 220. I mean 620. Oh, nope, not 620. 627. Because I had the 259 wrong. It was 266. In 3 games, his top 3 games, he put up 627 yards. Waddle 319. 319. Chase out here, 24 yards per catch, 25 yards per catch, 24 yards per catch, 26 yards per catch, 27 yards per catch, 20 yards per catch. I just named 7 games where this man had over 20 yards a catch, and Waddle ain't got 1 game with over 20 yards a catch. And I don't care what none of y'all say. That ain't Waddle's fault. That ain't Waddle's fault. Now argue with me on that. Well, Waddle should have. Yeah, try that. I wonder. I would love to see somebody try that one. What could Waddle have done better, ladies and gentlemen? How about we try? Let's go down that road. What could Waddle have done better? Because I refuse to believe Chase is better than Waddle. I refuse to. And didn't the man catch more balls? He caught way more balls than Chase. Chase only caught 81 balls. Waddle caught 104. Waddle's average per catch is 9.76. Chase doubled this man. 17.96, 18 yards per catch is his average on the season. 18 yards a catch. And that ain't Waddle's fault. That ain't Waddle's fault. So I'm looking for those people to tell me what Waddle should have or could have done better. And don't mention no O-line. You talk about the worst right side of an O-line. Don't mention no O-line. Don't mention no O-line. Don't mention it to me. Please don't. Please don't. Anyway, let's get off of that, man. Appreciate the donation, try hard. Let's move down. Do we got any more that I need to read and address? I think that might be it, or maybe not. Man, I know Pete had dropped one. I'm trying to see where it is. Y'all give me a second. I gotta find it real quick because I want to read everybody's. Pete said LMAO, they straight up lying. How did it disappear like that? I'll find it. Give me one more second. All right, we have one right here. Cruising with the donation said Tua has elite handoff exchanges. Peeps forget. Well, yeah, we'll give him that. I don't think we really had too many issues with that, right? Oh man, let me see. Oh man, I must have been on that topic for a while. I'm going through all kind of comments that I miss. And I'm trying to find super chats because I know I missed some of them. I'm gonna get there, y'all. Well, I'm at 9:18. Ooh, I'm way behind. All right, here we go. Another one. Tua has elite. Oh, didn't I read that? God dog. Unless he sent it again. Yeah, he sent it again. That's why. All right, here we go, peeps. 20K on the way. Donate 20 to TD, Mr. 20K. Mahomes throws more short passes because he faces more too deep safety. Tua time is ticking. Nah, you have a great point, Pete. Teams have started to play Kansas City too high. I told y'all we're going to get a lot of too high this year. That's why I told y'all can be enamored about the speed all you want. This speed is not going to equate to deep balls thrown. This speed is going to be relegated to short, intermediate stuff and trying to let that speed get yards after the catch. It's that simple. That's what it's going to be. A lot of people don't want to hear that. Oh, no, we're going to stretch the field now. Too high safety. You ain't stretching nothing. That's the defense is in that format for a reason. And that's what they've been playing against Mahomes. And that's why he hasn't looked like the big bad wolf lately. Because when he improvises, nothing's deep because it's still too high. We're going to get a lot of that. But the benefit is if Tua can deliver the ball accurately, he can eat all day underneath. And it don't have to always be a tight end in the flat or a quick slant. It's going to open up more of that intermediate stuff. 7 to 20 yards, we can eat in that area with the too high shell. So Tua just got to be ready to deliver the ball and get it done. And I think he can. He just needs to work on that. Make sure he gets more consistent in that intermediate range. The deep throw, we just hope we catch him sleeping on occasions. That'll be nice. Just catch him sleeping, and we'll take advantage of it. But it's not going to come at the clip that everybody think that it is. Waddle can double up on his yards now that Hill is there. Nobody was double teaming Waddle before. And I know you ain't say he'll be double teamed, but what I'm saying is, listen to me, Dolphin fans. Tyreek Hill being here does not make Waddle's numbers go up, and Waddle being here will not make Tyreek Hill's numbers go up. What y'all keep ignoring is that, what y'all keep ignoring is the fact that our quarterback already knows where he wants to go with the football before the ball is hiked. That's what you've seen for 2 years. And that's what you're going to get. So when Waddle is on the left and Tyreek is on the right, and they hike that ball and they want to go to Waddle, if it's not there, he's going to do what he's always done unless Mike McDaniel can fix it. Do you know how many plays we've watched on all 22? He hikes the ball, looks one way. You could have a wide open guy on the other side for a touchdown, never looks. He's just focusing on everything over that way. I have never seen Tua stay one way and then come back fully to the other side. Maybe on occasions looking down the middle, checking, oh, I see something, maybe. But he already knows where he's going with the ball before he throw it. So when this play, I know I'm going to Tyreek, it's Tyreek. I know I'm going to Waddle, it's Waddle. But when it ain't open, he is one of the worst in the NFL at his second read. And we already went over those numbers. We don't have to debate it. So their numbers are not going to be impacted. If anything, both of theirs go down because now they're splitting reps. Now, if you had a quarterback who could read 3 levels of the field, that's different. Oh, y'all Blanket and Waddle coming back in my progressions, Hill, somebody's one-on-one. Now, if he develops that, ain't no stopping Tua. I mean, he got to deliver the ball accurately. But if he develops that part of his game, and that's what we're relying on Mike McDaniel to do and the coaches around him, we're relying on them to help him develop that part of his game, because if he does, ain't no stopping him. I mean, he still got to have good ball placement, and that's something that can be improved. So when I say Tua is not accurate and his ball placement is horrible, I say that as a fact, but it can be improved. So I'm not as crazily concerned about that. What I'm concerned about is reading the 3 levels of the field. He has never showed you evidence that he can, will try. I'm sorry. But if the coaching staff they brought in can elevate that part of his game, we got our franchise quarterback. Just work on still being consistent with your ball placement, but we got our franchise quarterback. But what you need to understand is that's harder than you think. People, Wonderlic ain't the end all be, but now you see where it shows up. You see where it shows up. We all talk about what he can do and what he can't do from a skill standpoint. What about an intellectual standpoint? Nobody want to talk about that. Nobody. So if he can get up there with everybody else in his second read and be average, he'd be real good. Exceed that, unstoppable. That's the biggest part of Tua's game that has to improve. Don't let them lie to you and tell you everything else. Don't let people lie to you and try to tell you other stuff. The biggest part of his game he needs to improve is reading the 3 levels of the field. understanding coverages, knowing what it would do to the play that you're running. I mean, it's hard enough to get him to learn the playbook. So we'll see what type of wonders, um, what type of wonders he'll the coaching staff will work on him. And if they're successful in that, man, we got our franchise quarterback, y'all. And that day, man, will be a day of joy because then I could confidently feel like I could talk trash to any and everybody. That's all I want, to feel confident in talking trash to any and everybody. I could talk trash about Tua all I want right now to other people. They just look at me and laugh at me. And deep down inside, I know they got a point. I want to feel confident in talking trash to my AFC counterparts about my team and my quarterback. And the truth is, I look like a clown every time I do because it just ain't true. Most of y'all didn't know what a Wonderlic score was until recently. I honestly didn't know what it was until like 5 years ago. So that's considered recently in my eyes. So I wouldn't disagree with that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people on here didn't know what it was until recently. But we know what it is. Then when you understand what it is, you sit back and say, does it really matter? And you see the correlation across the NFL with Wonderlic scores and success of a quarterback. That's a fact. That's what's intriguing about Malik Willis. That kid there got the cannon, athleticism, Wonderlic off the charts. Just, that kid there look like he might be special, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. I wonder who gonna get him and who gonna go up and get him. Somebody will. We shall see. QB IQ test. Well, I guess you could say that, you know. TD, you became a hardcore NFL I'm general fan recently. What is that? TD, you became a, okay, stop right there at A. Now he's telling me what I became. Hardcore NFL I'm general fan recently. Hardcore NFL I'm general fan recently. Am I reading it right or I'm just not understanding it? TD, you became a hardcore NFL I'm general fan recently. I'm general. Rewrite it, bro. Let me read it again with the corrections because it's not adding up for me. Rewrite this so I can understand what you're saying. Oh, in general? Okay, TD, you became a hardcore NFL in general fan recently. Does that still make sense? A hardcore NFL in general fan recently. Does in general make sense? Make it make sense. I need correct spelling. So I don't know what it means. Hardcore NFL in general fan recently. He's saying you have been covering more than just the NFL. Okay, let me see if I get that out of that. A hardcore NFL in general fan. Yeah, I see some I get it. And I wasn't saying that to be insulting whatsoever. I'm just, that's a curse of mine. I'm so literal that if I ain't got the certain punctuations and stuff like that, I don't know where to stop it and where to go. You know, TD, comma. Yeah, let me stop. I ain't gonna do it. Anyway, it's just how I am. It's just how I am. See, now y'all got my head messed up. See, this is the perfection part of me. It just kills me. How can he be saying a statement and he ended with a question mark, though? It confused. Like, no, I don't think that's what he was saying. TD, you became a hardcore NFL in general fan recently. Like, did you become no? He didn't know. He put a question mark at the end, so that wouldn't work either. Not a period or exclamation. TD, comma, you became a hardcore NFL quotations in general fan recently. That's what it was supposed to be. TD, comma, you became a hardcore NFL open quotations in general, close quotations, comma, fan recently. Period. I think that's what it was supposed to be. I mean, I'm tripping. I'm sorry. Whatever. It is what it is. So I know what you're saying now. If I know what you're saying, because hopefully that's what was being said. Yeah, I have. I have became an NFL fan in general recently. Let me tell you why. I learned that if I only know what's going on with my team, I will forever be delusional. I will be delusional if you, and I've learned, and this is where I do have a little judgmental part of me that I'm gonna say about other people. If the only team you know about is the Miami Dolphins, then you have no idea how good your team is or how they compare or how they will compete on Sunday. Example. If the Jets traded for Deshaun Watson, you didn't know this. They went and got Teron Armstead. They went and got all the best O linemen. They went and got Tyreek Hill. They went and got DK Metcalf. They stole Jamal Adams. And then they traded for Derrick Henry. Right? Best offense in NFL history by far. And then they went and got a defense better than ours. We're the type of people that there's Dolphin fans who will love our team, and we'll go get a good left tackle like what we got, a Juju Schuster, and a middle linebacker, and be like, we ready for war. It's Super Bowl. How can anybody ever hate on this team? We should win it all. We should win it all. That's what we do. That's what we do as fans. As Dolphin fans, the typical Dolphin fan, that's what we do. And then when the season goes, we wonder, how did we lose? Why couldn't we compete? Why couldn't we compete? I'm tired of living in a state of delusion. So as I know my team better, as good as anybody else, and better than most, let me go start looking at the competition so I can identify where we need to be stronger, even stronger. How else are you going to know where you need to be stronger or how much stronger you need to be if you don't even know what the competition has? If everybody's team was built like the Lions, then we good. But everybody's team ain't built like the Lions. Prime example, earlier in this stream, I came out and made a bold general fan statement about the Dolphins. There ain't no better combination than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And I truly believe that because I hadn't done my research to the full extent to know if there was. People start naming in the comment section, nope, they ain't better. Nope, they ain't better. Told you we got who's better than these two. And sure enough, as we kept going, we found two teams that had two receivers that were collectively better than Tyreek and Waddle. So if we got two teams that got receivers better than Tyreek and Waddle, already right there should automatically make you say, oh crap, well, let me reevaluate our team. Because if people got receiver, our strength is supposed to be running them out of the gym, but they got a better combination over there. So where would we have the advantage? Oh, their quarterback already is better. Oh, where do we have the advantage? Oh, they already got a better running back. Where do we have the advantage? Oh, our defense. Okay, then you start talking. But that's why I become an NFL fan. But nothing's going to replace the love that I have for my team, the Miami Dolphins. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here in this Miami Dolphin ignorance that we live in for the last 20 years. Any fan that done rooted for the Dolphins in the last 20 years and thought we were going to win a Super Bowl this year, and I'm guilty of it, and many of you are, you lived in delusion. And everybody told you, you delusional Dolphin fans every year, they told you the same thing. So now I get on here and I say, you know what? Let me keep it 1,000 with the people. Let me go do my research and tell them what I found. Let me report back what I found. This is how we stack up. This team might be better. This is where we need to get better to be better than them. Oh, you just negative. Shut up. This ain't for you. The truth ain't for you. Go be lied to. This channel ain't for you. So that's the main reason why I have been a hardcore NFL guy in general recently, because I want to know what everybody else doing, so I ain't shocked when we run into a wall. I want to be the wall, and I want to talk to y'all about how we can be the wall. Look at what they're doing. This is what we need to do to offset that. No more blind conversations over here. You're still in delusion, LOL. Maybe, but at the end of the day, you're still going to get a piece of the truth with my delusional love for the Dolphins. You still going to get a piece of the truth. It's well documented online that TD made this channel because there were no Dolphin channels on YouTube. In reality, he's a Dallas Cowboys fan. At least give me a team that wins. Say I'm a fan of the Chiefs, Tampa now, or something like that. Don't lie on me with the Cowboys. That hurts. TD, Ogba and X saying McDaniel's bringing energy. Flo was toxic. Like I told EM earlier, I don't want to hear nothing from somebody who up for a contract or just got overpaid. I expect everything out their mouth to be flowers and roses. So miss me with that. And on top of it, who's to say which format is more productive? We shall find out this year. We need to find out this year. TD, off-topic question: do you think Carr stays with Raiders if they place last in the division? Yeah, because I think they're going to be working on his contract this offseason. From my understanding, they're working on his new deal now. So he looks like he's going to be a long-termer. We'll see. Hey, TD, do you think Tua will take that next step this year in the new system? Sebastian, the answer is yes. But remember, that next step, the word that, what does that mean? You know, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, if you have long legs or short legs, but you ever went on a stairwell? Who takes the stairs up and go one at a time? Who goes two at a time? Who jumps the 3 and who leaps the 4 on occasions? You see what I'm saying here? So I think no matter what, there will be a step up that will be taken. But we have to really evaluate how many steps are necessary for us to conclude that he took the step that we wanted. It's what we're not talking about. Anybody in their right mind should say, yes, he's going to take a step up this year. The talent alone is going to mandate a step up. You can give me the most boo-boo quarterback of all time. He going to get at least one more yard this year with this talent than the talent we had last year. So that's really the conversation. So Tua needs a 25 to 30% increase on his statistics across the board, except completion percentage. That's fine staying right where it is. That's yards. That's touchdowns, and technically touchdowns, he needs a bigger leap. He needs a bigger leap. This man needs a 100%. I mean, how many touchdowns did he have last year? How many touchdowns did he have last year? Give me a second. Because I say he need 34. I got to see how many he had because he might need to double his number 100-fold. Touchdowns, he had 16. Now, he didn't play all games. So, 16 touchdowns in 11 and a half games, basically. Let me see something. All right, so multiply that times 17 games. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. Times 17. Basically, Tua, if he was healthy the whole season, he would have thrown for 23.6 touchdowns. So let's just give him 24. He would have thrown for 24 touchdowns. I need 34. I need 34. I need 10 more. Let me see what that is. Times 0.35. Nope. Times 0.40. Nope. Times 0.40. He need 43% more touchdowns. He need a 43% increase. I need 34 touchdowns, man. 17-game season, I need 2 tubs a game. When you got guys out here putting 40 and 45 up, I ain't asking him to do 40 and 45. I'm not asking him to do 40 or 45. I'm not asking him to be all those other guys that's up there. But he got to put up 35 tubs this year. And let me tell you another thing. He got to play 15 games, man. That's being generous because the truth be told, he better play 17. But I'm just saying, it is what it is. I've come to accept that he may not make a full season. He got to give me at least 15 games. But again, I need 34 touchdowns. Let me tell y'all, if Jimmy G can get 27 without Tyreek and Waddle, I need 34 tubs. And he need to be above Jimmy G level anyway. Okay? Let me do this too. 2653. About 11.5 games. 230 times 17. Had he been healthy last year, he would have thrown for 39. He would have thrown for 3,900 yards last year. If he was healthy. If he played all games, he would have thrown for 3,900 yards. That's what the thing is telling me. Is that right? Because I have him at 11 and a half games. I don't count the Buffalo that they count. And I do half of Baltimore. But basically, he would have been 3,900. I'm going to be honest with y'all. With Tyreek Hill and Waddle and Gesicki, we shouldn't see anything less than 44, but I'm just asking for 42. 42. 300 more yards, y'all. I mean, 300 divided by 17 games. God dog, give me 18 more yards a game. That's all that is. And trust me when I tell you, that's baby. Truth be told, with this talent, anybody could be like, man, this should be a 5,000 yard, but screw that. I don't care. I'm lowering the numbers. They call me a hater and all this and that. I'm lowering the numbers. He don't hit these bare minimum numbers, then miss me with all that crap, man. Miss me with all that crap. 4,200 yards, 34 tubs, passer rating top 12, completion percentage stay the same, no lower than 68%. And last category, interceptions. He got to do better. Let me do my math on that. Do my math on that. Times 17. Last year, he was on pace for throwing 15 picks. He was on pace to throw 15 picks. I want to be generous. I ain't asking him to be Watsons and all them putting up 40 touchdowns and only 7 picks. I'm not asking all that. 34 touchdowns, 10 picks, man. 10 picks. 30-14. Where my people? I'm going to make this a billboard. I'm going to actually create a billboard because this is what Tua's going to be. This is what we want from Tua Tagovailoa if we have a run game. Because if we have a run game, it'll complement this. We don't need him to be the superstar. We just need him to be up there a little. Okay? So what I'm saying to y'all, let me make sure I'm clear. 4,200 yards. 68+% comp percentage. Top 12 QBR. Um, 34 plus TDs. And lastly, 10 less than 10 INTs. That's it. That's it. 17 games. I ain't worrying about the playoffs, Dylan. It's a whole different ball game. In the playoffs, it's a whole different world, bro. Whatever you do in the playoffs, we'll start worrying about that then. We'll establish that then. But that, let me put that up here. Tua Tagovailoa. $4,200 yards, 68 plus completion percentage, top 12 QBR, 34 tubs, less than 10 or less INTs. Is that fair? Is that fair, ladies and gentlemen? Am I hating and putting a bar that's unrealistic? Because I made sure every category was less than what I really feel like he should get. I ain't worrying about sacks, man. I ain't worrying about sacks and all of that. Rushing yards, I ain't worrying about that. That's all going to come at a premium. You do not have Josh Allen. You do not have Lamar Jackson. You do not have Deshaun Watson. You do not have Kyler Murray. You ain't got none of those type of guys. So this rushing yards, anything you get from Tua, be blessed and lucky. Is 1 or 2 trucks a season running somebody over, be happy. Be happy. There is 0 expectations on rushing yards. So no. But I will say this as a caveat. He rushed for over 400 yards. We could bring down some of those expectations. You rush for 400 plus yards, you could bring that 4,200 passing down to about 40 to 4,000. See, that's when you start offsetting. But you got to get over 400 yards to start offsetting what you expecting as a quarterback to be throwing the ball. And that ain't going to happen. Tua ain't running the ball over 40 yards, okay? I mean, over 400 yards in the season. Please know that. That would be 24 yards a game. Ain't happening. It's not happening. Y'all think, 24 ain't much. You're forgetting. Every time you hoop and holler, Tua just made an amazing run. That is once every 5 games. Or he'll do it twice in a game, and you'll think that's the norm. It happens rarely, okay? There are games the man don't run once. Well, they consider it a run because he got to the line of scrimmage after he got hit. So because that always killed me. Tua is a runner. Did you see that run where he ran over the guy? You once again taking a one-off situation and making it seem like that's what you getting every week. Stop that mess. So I didn't hear from anybody though. Can you yes or no in the comment section? Is these stats for Tua Tagovailoa fair? I don't know if you can see them. Are these stats fair? They should be fair. 4,200 yards, over 68% completion, top 12 QBR, 34 tubs, 10 or less interceptions. I'm good with him getting the 4th season off of these stats. Because the next year, I'm going to need growth in about 3 of those categories. I'm going to need 3 of those categories to go to even another level. Somebody said, no, that's not fair. Then he don't need to be our quarterback. These are baby numbers. With the talent he got around him, somebody could say, man, he better have at least 4,600 yards. He better throw at least 40 touchdowns. Because his counterparts out here doing it. That's not enough for me. I get that. But again, I ain't trying to sit here. We supposed to be focusing on running the ball more, though. So you got to factor that in, too. I feel like this is fair. This is above Jimmy G. And if our defense is superior and our run game is good, this right here, I don't want to say we can be in the Super Bowl, but man, we can. Our expectation of how far we want to go this year will increase. If you think we go into a wild card, we might win our division with these numbers. If you think we go into the divisional round, we might go to the AFC Championship with these numbers. If you think we go into the AFC Championship, we might go to the Super Bowl with these numbers. If you already thought we were going to the Super Bowl, I don't know if we go in the Super Bowl. I don't know if we can win the Super Bowl. We'll see. Can he throw less TDs if he throws for close to 5,000 yards? If you throw for close to 5,000 yards, you're not going to throw less TDs. This is what y'all got to understand. If you throw close to 5,000 yards, you're not going to throw less than 34 TDs. You won't throw less than 40 TDs. It's just a correlation. It's going to happen. You throw 5,000 yards, you got 40 tubs. So I can't answer that. No. It's going to happen. Sounds fair to me, TD. Yeah, man, it's easy. It ain't hard. He already had the completion percentage. He's not far off on the QBR, believe it or not. Right? The yards, he was 300 yards shy of it on average. Touchdowns, got some work to do. Interceptions, act like your rookie year. Take care of the ball. Only thing on here that seems like a tough task is touchdowns. For him, at least. And 34, trust me when I tell you what, that would make him maybe, I don't know, what would that make him in the league? 15th? Tua is not throwing 40 touchdowns. We got him at 34, bro. We didn't say 40. I'm just saying there's guys out here throwing 40. So I think that this is fair. This is fair. This is fair. Because We brought the numbers down. We brought the numbers down. And these numbers right here will probably have him right around 10 through 12 ranking as a quarterback. Because think about who's going to exceed these numbers, and we know they are, right? Derek Carr and Derek Carr is pretty much exceeding these numbers. Kirk Cousins is exceeding these numbers. Brady, Mahomes, Herbert, and Burrow already are exceeding these numbers. That's 6 right there. Dak gets in the fray. Aaron Rodgers exceeding the numbers. That's 8. Who else? Josh Allen, 9. He's exceeding the numbers. Russell Wilson is about to come on the scene. You expect him to exceed the numbers. That's 10. Who else is exceeding these type of numbers? There's more. I just got to remember. Oh, I gotta think. Hold on. Give me a second. I know what to do to pull it up. Stafford, that's 11. Give me a second, y'all. Give me one moment. Gosh, why is it taking slow? Actually, we're gonna take Derek Carr out of there. He put up 4,800 yards, but he only put up 23 touchdowns and 14 picks. That was terrible. Now, the 4,800 yards, I would give him credit for maybe 4 more touchdowns, but that still put him at 27. So we take him out of there. He actually didn't do his team too many favors with the touchdown interception ratio. So we'll bring that down. Yeah, I didn't add Watson. So we're still at 10. We're still at 10. Matt Ryan, no. Heck no. I just got to think about these QBs. I know I'm missing some. I know what to do. Let me see. Kyler, I got to go see his stats. I haven't really studied Kyler's stats lately. Let me see if Kyler's in that conversation. Let's see. Here we go. Kyler Murray. And let me see. I'm not sure he's in that conversation. I think he's going to fall short on touchdowns, but let's see. Yeah, he ain't. No. See, Kyler's doing what Tua doing now. And this is my point. Now, Kyler's protecting the ball a little more. He actually getting maybe 2 more touchdowns a season. Same completion percentage. Kyler actually had a better completion percentage than Tua last year. Didn't know that. Now, hold on. Back that up. He only played 14 games, so he missed 3. What was he on pace for? Let me see. 3787 divided by 14. All right, times 17. Yeah, Kyler was on pace for 4,600 yards, so he kind of makes up for his because he's at 10 picks, but he still looked like he would have averaged 11 and a half. He's close. He's close. Kyler needs to take another leap too, but that's why they're having those issues in Arizona. Kyler wants his money now, and they're saying, no, you got to show us a little more. They're in a Kyler situation because his numbers aren't terrible, but he ain't there yet to be warranting giving a big contract. This is the issue that these teams are running into. The guys like Tua, the guys like Kyler, the guys like Lamar. You may have talent, but you ain't no quarterback that's worth that kind of money. Can you give us another year to prove it? That's what's happening. And this man had weapons. So this is the frustrating part about it. If Tua has a Kyler year next year, that ain't good enough. And what I'm saying to y'all is 4,600 yards, 27 touchdowns, 12 picks. It's all going to look good, but it ain't good enough. And that's why they came up short. Because we need 34 touchdowns from you, and that's going to make all the difference. It's going to make all the difference, man. Kyler's another one of those guys. He better show something this year, and it better be, he need to get some touchdowns. Kyler he done had 3 seasons as highly coveted as he has been, and ain't had over 26 touchdowns yet. When are you going to have your breakout season? You still ain't had a season over 4,000 yards. When are you going to eclipse the hump? They gave this man weapons on offense. He had an O-line, and when he didn't have it, and when the O-line wasn't great, you're Kyler Murray. You improvise more than Patrick Mahomes. These are the type of guys that I don't believe in long term. And these are the type of guys that teams waste 8 to 10 years on just to at the end of the day say, it was fun, but it never amounted to anything. That's Kyler. I think that's what Tua is, and I hope I'm wrong. Lamar Jackson, same thing. It's all good, but it never amounted to anything. Those are those type of guys. And those type of guys screw the organization because you're wasting years. Because their numbers are good enough to not move on. And that's the problem. The numbers are good enough to not move on. But your eye test sees the shortcomings. Your eye test sees the shortcomings. It's like having a guy that throws 5 passes, right? 4 of them were trash, but the one that he throw, and it might be a bubble screen, it goes for 80 yards and a touchdown. Numbers look phenomenal. 5 passes for 80 yards. So the yards are there. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of what that turns out to be sometimes. The numbers are there, but you sitting there watching the games. Y'all said, what about Dak Prescott? Let me look at, I didn't add him. Let me see. Let me look at his numbers. Let me see if he falls in that, because we're still at 10, right? Which would put Tua at 11 if he had those numbers. Let's see Dak. Oh, all right, here we go. Dak Prescott. I guess Dak Prescott is the fairest comparison of what Tua needs to be really close to. Dak Prescott. Not quite, but close to. Dak is putting up the exact numbers that I truly believe Tua should be able to accomplish in the system. But I lowered the numbers. Let me give you Dak's stat line. Dak is 69% completion. I'm asking Tua to be 68. Dak is 44. He got 4,449 yards. I'm asking Tua to be 4,200, 250 less. Dak got 37 touchdowns. I'm asking Tua to be 34. Dak got 10 interceptions. That's right where I want Tua to be. Dak is exactly what I would want, but I lower the numbers. And with these weapons, we'll see. And mind you, no. Okay, I was wrong. Dak, I was wrong, y'all. I can't compare him to Dak. Dak played 16 games. He was missing one. So what that basically means is, let me show y'all something. This is what Dak probably should have had. Okay. Dak should have had 4,750 yards. Okay. Dak should have had Dak should have had 40 touchdowns. And he should have had 10.5 interceptions. So it's actually higher. He missed the game. Okay. He missed the game. So I can't compare him to what Dak did. TD, if Tua has another injury like last year, is he out as franchise QB? All right, let's shift gears real quick and let's have this conversation. This might be the last conversation because this one's a little bit more in depth. I was going to do this as a stream on its own one day, but let's go ahead and quickly have this conversation. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm not going to lie to y'all. There's a chance that no matter what Tua does this year, even if he's a bum, that he gets a fourth season. There's actually a massive chance that no matter what Tua does this year, he'll probably get a fourth season. They will waste all the guaranteed money with the great players on Tua Tagovailoa no matter what happens for the next 2 years. Let me explain. Not because they would want to, but at this point, they might have to. Whether he gets hurt, whether he stay healthy and he don't play well, the goal is for him to just be healthy and ball out and we all can rejoice. But if he doesn't, there is a strong chance that he's a Miami Dolphin in year 4 anyway. Now, whether he starts and they decide to say, hey, Teddy, we want to bring you back another year and let you be the starter. Like, say he bums out this year, Teddy starts by week 9, and then, Teddy they may re-sign Teddy and Teddy plays next year and Tua is the backup. But there is a strong chance he will be on this roster next year. Let me explain to you. Because you'd want to go find your future quarterback, your franchise quarterback, right? You want to. And this is if he doesn't work out. You want to go get your franchise quarterback. Well, TD, we got 2 first-round picks the year after that, and a second and 2/3 and a first the year after that. Y'all think that this is a team that's going to be picking in the top 5? You think that this is a team that's going to be picking in the top 10? Hopefully, I pray worst case scenario, we're going to be picking 15, 16, 17, 18 if we don't make the playoffs. We should still, even if we don't make the playoffs, win 8 games. I couldn't see it any other way. You ain't got to be good, but this roster right here going to win 8 games. Come on. If we don't win 8 games, God dog, fire everybody. But all I'm saying to you is you're probably not even going to have a top 15 pick. And then San Francisco, you're hoping they fall off the map. But let's just say you have the 15th and the 16th pick. You luck out and get the 15th and the 16th pick. You're not getting in the top 5. You're not getting in the top 5. Or what you going to do? You're going to take both of those picks, take your second rounder, take your 2/3 and your next year pick. Then you'd get maybe in the top 5. You'll get 5th. Let me pull that up. Let me pull up the calculator. Let me pull up the values. Draft pick value. Let's see how far we can move up if it was the 15th and 16th pick, which I doubt that it would be. That would be 2,050 points, right? 2,050 points. All right, that's the points. The first overall pick is worth 3,000. The second pick is 2,600. The third pick is 2,200. The fourth pick is 1,800. You would think you can go get the fourth pick, 1,800. You would think you can go get 1,800. But when you're in the top 5, unfortunately, the capital that you have to give up to move is double what this freaking chart value is. It's double what this chart value is in the top 5. We know what it's worth, but you can't pay just what it's worth. The only way a team gonna get off of it is if you doubling it. And trust me, all of them teams probably need a quarterback. That's why they at the bottom. Look who at the bottom now, Jacksonville. Well, they got them. They're going to test it one more year. They were just trash anyway. But Detroit, Houston, bottom. Giants, no, they probably should move on, but they don't. The Jets. These are all bottom tier quarterbacks, and 2 of those teams just hoping that their guy can get better. Carolina, you have a bridge quarterback right now. Giants again at number 7. Atlanta, bridge quarterback. Seattle, quarterback. Jets again. Washington. Look at all the teams this year at the top of the draft. Let me go through that again for y'all. Jacksonville, they got a young quarterback, but they don't know if he's going to work out. They hoping he does, but they still trash because he ain't playing at a top level. But they got to do better around them. They just did. They'll decide this year. And if it don't work, they going to be right there with us looking for a quarterback next year. The Detroit Lions, they going to need a quarterback. They probably are going to pick one. Houston, they need a quarterback. They're probably going to pick one. The Jets, same thing. They just got him everything he needed. If it don't work out, they might be in the market right away next year when we are. The Giants, same thing next year if we are. Carolina, they need one now. Giants, again, they at the top. Atlanta, they need one. Seattle needs one. Jets again. Washington, looking like, well, Washington, they hoping that this works out. But again, if it doesn't, they going to move on. You see what I'm saying, though? So the problem that I have is in order to move in the top 5, you're probably going to need about 4,500 points. And that's going to take everything we have. We are going to have to give away all 3 first-round picks, both year seconds, and you got to put some crumbs up in there. And you're doing all of that for a young quarterback that you don't know about when you could have gave the same thing for Deshaun Watson, if y'all really want to be honest about it. Right? For one that you know you're going to get. So, do y'all think Miami would do that? Do you think Miami would give everything for another guy that we hope come in? with the simple fact that we still not even guaranteed to be the number 1, number 2, or number 3 pick? Because all of this is contingent on if we can even move up. We tried to move up for Burrow. They said no. So whoever's at the top next year, why would they, if they need a quarterback, why would they do it? You're still probably not going to get the best one that's guaranteed. But then you have it. So the draft, I have no faith in that process. So then you have the alternative, or we just in a rebuild again. Let's see another new quarterback. Let's see what happens. Okay, whatever. We can go down that road if we want to, if we can get a guy. But you don't know what that guy's going to be in the NFL. College ain't the NFL. So now, here's your alternatives. Well, Kyler Murray still got issues out there. But once again, go look at Kyler Murray numbers. He's always had some stuff around him with great receivers and stuff. Still can't even eclipse 4,000 yards. Still can't put over 25 touchdowns. Well, you got Lamar Jackson possibly an opportunity because they having issues. And you got to give up the whole farm for him. That's why I was told that if it don't work out this year, the only and best option that we have is hoping that we can purge Lamar Jackson from Baltimore. That's it. If for any strange reason that doesn't work, and remember, you got to pay him $50 million, $55 million a year. That's what he's going to be wanting. He has been an MVP. Not to mention, you better hope he don't ball out this year if that's the case. You better hope he doesn't ball out this year if that's the case. That's an option, right? But you had to give away all your and that might be, hold on, Lamar may be a free agent at that point. Or they'll franchise tag him and play games. Don't forget that too. Because Baltimore willing to do that. We'll just franchise tag you. We're not willing to give you all that guaranteed money long term. We'll take it 1 year at a time. And then Lamar get fed up, oh, trade me, blah, blah, blah. I think that's what it's coming down to. Lamar's going to try to hit him over the head with a ridiculous number, 55-60. Y'all going to be like, oh, this is a new high. I mean, if Deshaun Watson got what he wanted, the whole quarterback market has changed. You know why? I got an MVP. Watson didn't, and I ain't got the baggage. Watson has screwed up the whole quarterback market now. Y'all ain't feeling it now, but you're about to over the next few years. A middle of the road guy that should get 25 to 30 million gonna be out here getting 38 to 42. Y'all gonna see. But what's gonna happen is you also have to realize you're gonna be okay with bringing in Lamar Jackson at such a high number when, if you look at our books now, even next year, we're negative $4 million. And I know they'll probably sign a deal to kick it down the road, but now we're playing that game again. And eventually you're going to end up like Baltimore, having a quarterback like Lamar and can't keep enough around him. Or letting your defense suffer greatly by not being able to afford to keep all those draft picks that them balled out for you, like Javon Holland and all of them in the future. That's how all this works. So that's an option though. And the last option that everybody talk about as well is, well, Brady next year. Here's the issue with Brady next year. He is still going to be considered a bridge quarterback. Don't get me wrong. It gives us a chance to win a Super Bowl. I'm all for that. I'll take that over anything, but we got to get it done if that's going to happen. But the problem that the Brady situation has on you is this. You'd be getting him for free without trading anything, but then you got to draft players next year. So when he's gone, you ain't got no sense of ammunition to now find your future quarterback after Brady. You have no ammunition. Matter of fact, you drafted in the 20s at worst case scenario because you going to the playoffs. And if you don't win, you probably still went to the championship round. And you ain't got multiple this and that anymore. And then you got all these contracts you can't trade. After 2 years, who's going to trade $30 million for Tyreek who got old? So you got to cut him. You can't trade X after these next 2 years. Who going to pick up $25 million and he now 32? Tyron Armstead, forget about it. None of these guys are tradable at that point to pick up extra assets. So what are you doing? Now you're looking in your roster to try to trade some of your youngest, brightest talent. Jalen Phillips, Christian Wilkins, Javon Holland, Brandon Jones. What you want to do? So that's the problem with the Brady scenario. You get Brady, now you have to draft players next year. Unless you take those draft picks and say, hey, I want to trade it out for your future first in a fourth. I want to trade it for your, maybe if you want to kick it down the road, that works. I'm with that. That can help you out. Start amassing picks down the road, maybe. But I'm just breaking down all the different scenarios. And these things have to happen. What if Brady want to run it back with Tampa because they won again? What if he wants to truly retire and say, nah, I ain't trying to go to Miami? What if Lamar signs with Baltimore? And all of that leads back to, dang, yeah, we got to do another year with Tua. Or the other quarterback, and he's the backup, because you're not going to cut that $8 million guaranteed you're giving him. So I'm prepared for a 2-season Tua. So for me, that's why also what I expect from him this year on those stats aren't exceedingly high. It just makes me feel good about moving forward in the year 4. That's why I didn't give him year 4 expectations. I'm staging it. This is what I think will be real good for him this year, to where we'll feel good about a year 4. And it ain't got to be perfect. You can still see some flaws. You can still see rough edges, but you put up these numbers, he deserves a year 4. That's fair. Because the reality is you might well put your seatbelt on. We might have to give it to him anyway. Hill's contract isn't $30 million per season. Has been fake news, CD. Also, Hill's last year is for show. He won't get paid $45 million that season. It was already been discussed by experts. Okay, well, guess what? When it comes to salary cap, I'm an expert as well. So let's pull up his contract. All right. And one thing I'll tell you automatically that you are correct on is, yeah, his last year is for show. We know that. What they did is basically said that they're going to either cut him eventually or restructure the deal for much less or kick the can down the road, which sucks, okay? For the record, his average salary is $30 million, so you are incorrect. Tyreek Hill signed a 4-year contract worth $120 million, okay? He has total guarantees of about $72.2 million, all right? Now, this year, he is only going to have a cap hit of $6.5 million, which is fully guaranteed. Next year, he has a cap hit of $31.2 million, which is fully guaranteed. Okay. The year after that, he has a cap hit of $25 million, and only $15 million is guaranteed at that point. Okay. Now, you have to go look at the signing bonus of $25 million. Okay. $25.5 million. So what happens when you have a signing bonus of $25.5 million? You take the 5 years of his contract and you divide it by 25.5 million or whatever. That gives him a $5.1 million cap hit every year for 5 years, no matter what. They can cut him at the year 2. He will at a minimum count against the cap for $5.1 million per year when he's not on the roster, guaranteed. Okay, so that's why in 2024 he has dead cap of 15.3 million. In 2025, you subtract 5.1 million from that, and his dead cap, just like it says on here, is 10.2 million. Once again, in 2026, subtract another $5.1 million. And like it says on here, his dead cap is $5.1 million. So his last year is fabrication because they are not going to take a $50 million cap hit. But no matter what, they will take that $5.1 million cap hit. His contract was never designed for him to get out of it until 2024 if they want to. Because in 2024, you have to pay him $25 million, but it's not worth cutting him because you still have dead cap of $15.3 million. So therefore, he may stay in 2024. But in 2025, they'll be scratching their head. Do I pay him $28 million or do I cut him and take a dead cap of $10 million so I can save $18 million? Tyreek may not be on this team in 2025, okay? And if they wanted to go bold and keep him on here in 2025, there ain't no way in this world he will be on this team in 2026. But don't forget, all of this can be restructured, but all they're doing is making the dead cap number down the road even larger if they restructure. All these restructures you're seeing, they're making the dead cap down the road worse. So if they do restructure, what they'll do is convert some of his salary into signing bonus, and now the dead cap goes up even more for the future. At some point when he's not on this team, we'll be scratching our head like, man, where is our money at? Well, we're still paying $20 million dead cap for Tyreek Hill because we restructured him 2 times, 3 times. Well, we're still paying Xavier Howard dead cap of blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? If we wanted, Tyreek Hill's deal should only last 2 years. But the problem is we decided not to give him all his guaranteed money in 2 years. They decided instead of giving him $30 million this year to give him 6. So where the rest of that guaranteed money going? It's going further in the contract. So 2024, he has a significant amount of guaranteed money to where he still may be on the team. So if they restructure, all they're doing is they're increasing the dead cap higher and higher for him later down the road when he's not on the team. That's all they're doing. Extensions and all of that stuff. That's all they're doing. So it all catches up, but you can drag the horse down the road as far as you can. The Saints did it for 6 years. The Cowboys did it for about 6. I'm going to tell y'all now, the cutoff is about 6 years to be doing that mess. It'll catch up to you eventually to where you can't do nothing. You can't sign a player and all you can do is get rid of them. Look at the Cowboys. Look at the Cowboys right now. Look at the Saints. They tried to get Drew Brees another Super Bowl. They kicked it. Now they need to sit back for 2 years. Last year was the first year. Now they need to sit back this year, and technically the damage that they've done, they got another year. They got another year. They ain't gonna be back in good graces. Theirs is a 3-year period. They already did 1. They ain't gonna be back in good graces to 2024 to where they feel good. Cowboys, they'll be all right in 2023 next year because they were smart enough to not do anything this year. And when I say back in good graces, it's still going to be tight. But they ain't going to be at a deficit. So that's what's going on. So we all knew that Tyreek wasn't going to make it to the last year. I only count guaranteed money. And his guaranteed money is $52.5 million, but total guarantees is 72. And the problem is you really would equate on a 30 per year annually, you would equate that to 2 years. But the problem with Tyreek's contract is the fact that they only doing $6 million this year. That gives him more wiggle room. So Tyreek can make, let me tell you what he can make in Miami. He can actually make, I think he's going to make $62.5 million in Miami. He gonna make $62.5 million. So what that would tell you that it equated to was 3 years at $21 million apiece. And they're gonna have to eat that dead cap in year 3 of 10 million. I mean year 4 of 10 million. They're gonna have to eat that dead cap. So Tyreek knew what time it was. The whole 30 million annual, it's all about the guaranteed money. He makes 30 million a year if he lives out the life of the contract. And I'm gonna be honest, there is a way he does live out the life of the contract, but that would be very nasty for us. A restructure, take that $50 million cap hit down to 20 and then make more avoidable years. Miami be dumb. Move on after 2024 and be done with it. Save $18 million and move on. He'll be 31 years old at that point. We'll see. But we've seen crazier things happen. It all has to happen on the restructures. How many will they do? I don't know what y'all talking about. CD is on fire. No, I'm just telling you what I know. By the time Waddle was paid or what? See, that's the deal. See, this is the whole point this is the whole frustrating thing about Miami right now. By the time Jalen Phillips, Waddle, and all these people are paid, right? People think we're going to have the money to pay them. You will have the money to pay them. But that's when Tyreek Hill is exiting. You'll be talking about a whole nother young wide receiver that you hope is turning good. Because Tyreek will be gone when Waddle's getting paid. All of that, man. And then look at what you did, Miami. You just set the precedent on the wide receiver market. So what you think Waddle gonna get when he up for his money? Holland, Jalen Phillips. And that's the problem. When those guys get paid, you got to get rid of the other good guys, and you got to hope you got other guys in the building with cheap salaries. That's why Tua has to work out. That's why Tua has to be great. That's why he got to be a dog this year. Because we need both of those first rounders next year to find Byron Jones' replacement, to find freaking whoever you want to name it. We got to start getting replacements in the building to play behind these guys. We need our draft picks to keep this cycle going. The only way you can sustain this situation is if you're continuously drafting players that are showing up like Jalen Phillips, Hollins, and all of them, playing at that level. We're at the mercy of Tua playing well. We all need him to play well. It don't matter if you believe in him or not. We need him to. We're screwed if he doesn't. It does not look pretty if he doesn't. Yeah, we'll be able to put a team together, but think about it. We need to find Byron's replacement in next year's draft. We need to find what's your boy name? Teron Armstead's replacement. Don't forget about that. He getting older. He only got about 2 years worth of guarantees, and that's what it was for. You got to find his legitimate replacement. Not to mention, you probably already got to find replacements from the guys you got, but that's another story. No, don't tell me free agents because your money is already tied up. Don't tell me free agents. Right now, we got negative $4 million going into next year in free agency. You can't tell me about free agents. We need them draft picks in 2023. So you got to figure out your future replacement for Armstead. Hell, in 2024, you need to be finding your replacement for X. You think they want X to live out his whole contract? Do you see that contract? You really gonna pay this man $25 million for the next 5? I'm already scratching my head about the first two, but come on. Somebody said Reason thinks one more big move, possibly Deebo Samuels or DK Metcalf. If Miami made that type of move, as fans, we'd be excited. First of all, it's overkill. Number two, what in the heck are you doing? You just officially screwed our cap. We're done. That's it. People think DK Metcalf got 3 more years on his contract and you be getting a player at that money. No, DK Metcalf, I already know if you come get me, give me a new deal. You think he gonna be sitting quiet, okay with? You think he gonna sit around okay with the money he getting now? No, that's why he don't mind getting traded. Whoever trade for me though, you gonna have a disgruntled employee unless you redo my contract. Tyreek out here getting 30. I'm getting paid. Whoever coming to get me. People think that this man just gonna come and play out the rest of his contract. And in Miami, what you think his value ain't gonna do nothing but drop if you got Waddle and Tyreek Hill on the field? That ain't happening. Man ain't trying to come to Miami. That's right. That'd be stupid. And look at it. Who knows? We might get a breaking news tomorrow that DK Metcalf is with Miami. That'd be the dumbest thing he could do, though. There's only so many balls that can go around. Let's just keep it 1,000. And to be quite honest with you, even the Tyreek Hill move was overkill. Even the small little additions with the guys you got was a solid core. But I understand the Tyreek move. You want to go for it now. But adding another guy in DK, oh, that's just a waste. Come on. Overkill. You only got one ball to go around. And you mean to tell me that's going to make the team better than spending that kind of money and just getting a right tackle and a middle linebacker? Bringing in DK is supposed to make the team better than going to get a right tackle and a middle linebacker? Come on. It's just dumb to me of Miami if they did that. We already sitting here talk about who going to be able to stop this offense. All right, we're already at that point. What are we trying to prove now? What are we trying to prove now? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the only way I can see them doing something like that, you know what? Let me tell you something. If we did something like that and we got rid of them first round picks next year, it's simple. We know why that happened. We know why it happened, ladies and gentlemen. They really do fear the NFL taking them picks if that's the case. Oh my God, they have to. Now, if Miami want to get smart, if they want to be wise, here's what I would do. I would call Seattle and see if I can give them the 2 first-round picks for DK, because they ain't going to be good picks. They're going to be later picks or whatever, right? I'll see if I can give them the 2 picks for DK. Maybe a first and a second for DK, because they won a lot. They turned down the Jets' number 10 overall pick. I was shocked. Like, are you kidding me? That's a win. Get it. They turned down the number 10 overall pick. So if I was Miami, I'll say, hey, I'll give you a 2023 first and a 2023 second that we just picked up. We bring DK Metcalf in, then we call the Jets. You want Metcalf? Give me that 10th pick. Give me that 10th pick then. Give me that 10th pick all day. And I'm going to take that 10th pick and I'm going to be dangling it to anybody. Who trying to move up to 10? Who trying to move up to 10? I got you right here. I got you right here. And I don't even want to pick this year. I want 2023 picks. And you go get you 2 more first-round picks, whether it's a 2023 and a 2024, and you send them a 10 off. And now you got 2 firsts in 2023 and 2 firsts in 2024. Now you talk about real quarterback ammunition if you need it. Now you're talking real quarterback ammunition. I ain't trying to trade for him to get him to play for Miami. I trade for him just to, hey, who wanted him? And I'll go get that Jets 10th overall pick without hesitation. So that's what I would do. But that's the situation that we're in as an organization, man. It'll be interesting. I know a lot of people out here. I think people out here still talking draft talk. Miami ain't talking no draft talk. When is our first pick? Let me see. Miami picks in the 3rd round at 102. Our first pick is in the 3rd round at 102. Late in the 3rd round, y'all. The 3rd round only go to 105. And we pick at 102. So we got the bottom of the bottom 3rd round. Pretty much 4th rounder. So, I mean, what are you looking at getting from a starter standpoint there? Nothing. You ain't looking to bring a starter in. Now, if he come to camp and ball out, oh, that's good. Then we got somebody. But you ain't looking for a starter. You're looking for somebody you can develop. You're looking for somebody you can develop. It's that simple. Okay? Then we go to the 4th round. Where we at in the 4th round? 125. Another development. 5th round. Do we have any 5ths? Nah, we ain't got no 5th round pick. Let me double check. Yep, no 5th rounder. Yep, none. 6th round. We ain't got no 6th round pick either. Let me double check. Nope. 7th round, we're at 224. 247. And that's it. We got 4 draft picks. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't wasting my time talking about no draft. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you. What I'm going to come out here and do mocks about? Well, if the Dolphins trade a pick next year, move back to the 1st, this is what we got. Listen, I don't need to be out here trying to get money off of y'all. I ain't wasting my time on no draft conversation. Now, y'all say talk about the punter. You can go grab him in any one of them picks. I don't care. It don't matter. It don't matter. You got 4 draft picks and 2 of them in the 7th round. Larnell Coleman and Jared Dokes. Y'all remember them? Those were our 7th round picks. Did any of them play? Larnell Coleman and Jared Dokes. Larnell Coleman and Jared Dokes. And they didn't say, hey, these guys going to step up this year. They went and got 2 running backs. Whit Gaskins. So that tells me a lot. We gave the Patriots our 5th round pick in for the DVP, but we got that 3rd next year. That was genius. I love that trade. Good way to re-up on a 3rd round pick for next year. The next year, that was nice. Basically, you got Parker for a late 3rd value. They could have straight up traded a 4th, just straight up. Here's a 4th for Parker. But I like what we did. I'll give you a 5th if you move it down to a 3rd. Well, fair. Let's go. I like it. I like it. But yeah, man, we ain't got no 1st round, no 2nd round. The 3rd round at 102 is the only thing. And that's going to be what? I mean, come on, man. Need to bore y'all with streams every day of, my mock for the Miami Dolphins. No. That's a waste of all wastes. Let's just be honest with each other. All right. We'll just see who they draft. We'll be excited about it. And then you can't rely on them to do no real trading up, really. And maybe they'll be like, oh, we're going to give you our 3rd this year and the 1st next year, and we done got ourselves at the bottom of the 1st. I don't know. I mean, but we're spectators this year. Watch, and if we do something, oh, we just did something, I'll be streaming the draft. The reason why you know what? I might even just stream it on TD Sports Talk because I'll be talking about the moves that other teams make and how it can help them based off of their team at that point. So this draft season, I might just be heavy live on TD Sports Talk. So again, y'all go over, if you want to go subscribe to TD Sports Talk to keep up with the rest of the NFL. It ain't nothing to talk about with the Dolphins this offseason. We done got our team. If they make another signing because the money we got, we make it. But the draft, they ain't wasting my time. We're going to see who they get and talk about how they can develop into being a good backup behind this or something, whatever. And hopefully they get a defensive end that could turn into something and be some good depth. Because trust me, they'll probably draft a defensive end or corner at that 3rd round pick. We'll see. We shall see. Anyway, man, we've been live for 3 hours and 10 minutes. I was supposed to go live for 1 hour. Man, we've been cooking, man. But I'm about to get up out of here. I want to thank everybody who came through, hung out with me tonight, showed love, and supported me. Like y'all said, we coming up on 20K. It'll happen any day. My screen just freeze. Oh yeah, my screen froze. It's freezing a little on me. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, we coming up on 20K any day. And I appreciate everybody who's been rocking with us, man. We're at 19,996, so we're 4 away from 20K. We'll hit it one day. I just got to start being nice to people. That's all it is. So if you're unsubscribed, make sure you subscribe to TD Fans Talk. Show your love and support. Again, I probably won't even talk about hitting 20K until I'm at 20,100 because y'all know me. I'm going to go to 20K and then I'm going to lose like 75 because, I'll be getting people mad. But anyway, love y'all so much. I will see y'all soon. Salute. Fins up no matter what. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night. Check with you soon. Y'all get y'all some rest. Talk to you soon.